Those are the type of plays that can, get a team going and get some incentive, but didn't happen.
Yeah, KCP's actually had a good month or so. Remember, he was in the starting lineup for about 4 weeks while Avery Bradley was sidelined and got back to the reserves, and still another solid effort from KCP tonight.
Let's hear from him. KCP scored 13 points off the bench. He's with Mike in the locker room.
Hey, what do you think was the biggest difference in the second half when it seemed like the offense was harder to come by and you're putting the Clippers at the free throw line a lot?
I felt like we was not aggressive enough on the offensive end, and then they picked up their aggressiveness on the defensive end, turned us over. We couldn't get like either a post entry or elbow entry. They were getting their hands on a lot of deflections. So, the second half kind of turned around in their favor.
With the free throw issue for the Clippers getting to the line, did you think that those were just reach-in plays? Were you guys being over-aggressive? Was it the way the game was called? What did you see there?
I feel like it was the way it was called, man. We were trying to be aggressive, trying to get the steals or, force it into a turnover. But unfortunately, they was calling fouls, and they went to the free throw line, knocked down their free throws.
You learn anything else in a game like this against an opponent that you're going to see again down the line that would be considered elite as you are?
I know we were down the stretch. We got to execute. We got to be able to get into our plays, get a shot up and not turn the ball over. That's been our biggest thing. The games we all lost down the stretches, we turned the ball over and not be able to get a shot.
How'd your ankle feel after you got retaped?
It felt good. Just initial, pain there when I landed. But other than that, retape helped.
Is this the kind of game where you really get obviously you had to run back to the locker room right after that block, but where you really feel sort of the surge of energy after you make a play like that and the crowd gets in?
I felt energy. I wanted to keep playing, but it kind of like after I fell, it was real painful then. But once I got retaped, it was fine.
It's 4 straight, obviously, and all of them have been against teams that you consider a pretty good test. Does it make it harder when it's like you keep coming up just a little bit short against teams that are also in the same boat as you, chasing the championship?
It don't make it harder. We just got to be able to finish the games out. We was up going into the fourth, I think, but we got to be able to execute and just finish the game. We know we can only beat ourselves. We turned the ball over, and they just capitalized on it.
Guys, Kyle Kuzma said after the last game it's the best he has felt physically all season long. 25 points tonight, his season high, 8 of 17 from the floor, 4 of 9 from deep. Hopefully we start to see this one spiral for him.
Yeah, he let the game come to him finally. He was pressing a little bit. I'd like to see him in the fourth quarter. He's a great ISO player, can create his own shot. That would take a little bit of pressure off LeBron, having to do it all the time. He's going to be the third wheel. I think he can step up and do that.
Yeah, all the chatter before the season began, who would be number 3? Who's going to be the bronze medal winner for the Lakers behind, obviously, AD and LeBron? And it has not been Kuz. It's been had to be by committee because Kuz has had so many injuries, some stops and starts. Tonight, though, showing he can be that third reliable scorer. Great effort by him tonight.
Kyle Kuzma led the Lakers with 25 points. 15 of them came in the first quarter. He's now speaking with Mike.
Kyle, just starting with the final 6 minutes or so, you guys had that 7-point lead. What did you see as the major difference down the stretch?
We just beat ourselves, plain and simple. Obviously, credit to Clippers for making shots down the stretch, but, we just beat ourselves. We had about, I think, 3 straight turnovers and, let them get back in that game after you said we had that lead and, it bit us at the end.
What do you take out of that big picture-wise, just given how intense the game was? They're going to be one of those teams you're going to see again at the top of the conference.
We've always said ever since training camp, our biggest enemy is going to be ourselves. I think that's what it is. So.
You said you felt about as good as you felt after last game physically. You certainly looked like you found your rhythm. How much did that feel good to just get that coming and feel a little bit more like yourself and what we saw from you in the past couple of years?
This is what I look like when I'm healthy and I'm confident in my body. Like I said, I've been hurt all year, and this is the best I felt. And my play past 2 games reflected it.
Now that it's over, was this still looked upon as just another game?
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was the attitude coming in, but it was a pretty intense game, and
It's still another game. We're in December. We got a couple more months of basketball.
AD said he felt like you guys got back to some of the defensive principles that were carrying you earlier in the season. Did you see that aside from the fouling that seemed to be kind of plaguing you in the second half?
Yeah, I think over the past 4 losses we've had, past 4 games, this was our best defensive effort. guys are locked in, played on a string for the most part. You know, you're always going to have